Hello everyone. Today we are covering an unusual subject in regards to this channel. For the first time ever in the main event tournament, we have found a matchup between two 3-card decks that might be unresolvable from a practical standpoint. I will get to discussing the specifics soon, but first I would like to cover a brief and light overview of Magic history in regards to impracticality of certain cards. As many of you are well aware, there are very few cards that are banned in the Vintage format, but one of the cards that is banned for a very different reason than any of the other cards, and that card is Shahrazad. Shahrazad is a 2-mana sorcery that forces players to play a sub-game of Magic in which they are wagering half of their life total. Basically, the card allows you to insert an additional game of Magic into the one that you are already playing, and the person who loses that sub-game loses half of their life total in the main game. So the reason that Shahrazad is banned has nothing to do with the card's power level. It is the fact that casting this card even once doubles the amount of time that you expect to play the game. This creates real practicality issues in terms of allowing this card to be legal. Even in a casual format like Commander, this card is banned because it resolving creates a situation where it's very likely that the players won't have enough time to actually finish playing their game in a single session. I want to move on to a similar example in Modern. The card Second Sunrise was banned in April of 2013. This card was being used in a popular deck at the time called Eggs, which used many low-cost artifacts that could be sacrificed to draw a card, and then use Second Sunrise to continue this cycle to eventually draw a critical mass of cards to assemble their win con. This deck was not weak by any stretch of the imagination. However, the reason Second Sunrise was banned was due to real-life practicality issues as opposed to the power level of the deck. I will link the official article from Wizards of the Coast discussing why the card was banned, but to give you a brief overview, the article clarifies that players playing the Eggs deck would regularly delay progress in the tournament by going to time every single round, which over the course of a day, this can mean an extra hour of waiting for everyone else in the tournament. The reason I have brought up Shahrazad and Second Sunrise is that there are multiple precedents in Magic's history for banning cards that cause practicality issues in running organized play events. As of this month, for the first time ever, we have run into a comparable practicality issue in the 3-card blind main event tournament. The obstacle in question is a match between Ozzy and Brig Yeats, who were playing Hangerback Walker, Elixir of Immortality, and City of Traders, and Hangerback Walker, and City of Traders, respectively. For those of you who are watching who are new to the 3-card blind format, what you need to know is that in this format, players begin with all 3 cards in their deck in their opening hand, and they do not lose the game for drawing while their library is empty. Matches are processed such that players are assumed to make the ideal choice in all situations, and are assumed to have perfect information about what cards are in all zones at all times. If you are looking for examples of how the outcomes of these matches are determined, I would recommend watching one of the puzzle videos on this channel to see how it is done. These matches are processed by hand by our volunteer group, the Game Gurus, and some of these matches, due to complexity reasons, can take longer to resolve than others. However, the match between Ozzy and Brig Yeats is a completely different beast than anything we've ever seen before in this tournament. We have had nearly 200 different people looking to resolve this match over the course of the last 48 hours, including people coding their own Python algorithms to try to assist, and we still don't have an agreed upon answer about what the outcome of this match is. You are more than welcome to explore the possible outcomes of this match yourself just out of curiosity to better appreciate why this match is so complex, but I cannot in good faith advise that you put any significant amount of time into this because it's not the sort of thing that can be resolved in one sitting using just pen and paper. I'm going to briefly try to illustrate why this match is so complex without getting too far into the details. Let's begin by simplifying the situation to one where both players have a Chronomaton and a land, and that's it. In this situation, we know that both players always have it in their best interest to continue growing their Chronomatons to not lose any kind of ground to their opponent. Let's imagine that you have a 21-21 Chronomaton and I have a 20-20 Chronomaton. If you were to attack me, I can block with my Chronomaton and then activate it so that the two creatures trade. This means that when you pass the turn, I'm going to activate my Chronomaton anyways, so that both of our Chronomatons will be 21-21s. Now I'm in a similar situation where if I attack you, you will block with your Chronomaton and activate it, which will kill my Chronomaton and allow you to kill me on the crackback. So instead, we will perpetuate this cycle of passing the turn back and forth and continuing to grow our Chronomatons indefinitely, resulting in this game being a stalemate. Despite their similarities, if we swap those Chronomatons for Hangerback Walkers, this situation looks entirely different. If you were to attack with a 21-21 Hangerback Walker, I would gladly block with my 20-20 Hangerback Walker, knowing that your 21-21 won't die, but I will get 20 flying 1/1s that I can use to kill you on the crackback. For the same reason, if you were to pass the turn to me, I'm going to happily attack you with my 20-20 Hangerback Walker, knowing that if you don't block it, I will win the game, and if you do block it, I'm going to end up with 20 1/1 flyers, which can easily chump your larger Hangerback Walker and kill you over the next couple of turns. This means that there are many situations where the player with the smaller Hangerback Walker is favored, and it's not entirely obvious when it is appropriate to buff your own Hangerback Walker or not. Once we introduce another Hangerback Walker and Elixir of Immortality into this equation, this match becomes complicated enough that we haven't been able to solve it even with computer assistance. So the question now is, what do we do? For the purpose of this specific incident, what I think is most fair to all players involved in this tournament is just to pretend that Ozzy and Brig Yeats never got matched up against each other. This means that this match will not favor either player or affect their average score, and it means that the statistics that we present on the website on the win rates of cards and decks will still be accurate. That covers how we're handling this isolated incident, but the fact that this is even possible means that we have to consider how we're going to handle this moving forwards. Because every match is calculated by hand, it means the number of participants that we can allow into the tournament is going to depend on the average amount of labor that is required to solve each of these matches. If there is a card that risks creating massively impractical amounts of labor, then that card is likely to delay how quickly we can report tournament results, decreases our confidence in how accurate those results are, and may reduce our ability to accommodate more players in the future. For this reason, similar to how Shahrazad is banned in many formats and Second Sunrise is banned in Modern, I believe it is necessary for the health and longevity of this community to emergency ban either Elixir of Immortality or Hangerback Walker. I will be discussing this directly with the game gurus, as this is not a typical ban vote. No matter how much members of this community may like either of these cards, if they pose a risk to our ability to continue to run this event, they will have to be banned either way. To end things on a lighter note, I think it was really exciting to see our community rally together to try to solve this, even if we haven't been able to come to conclusive results. It helps demonstrate that even in a very controlled environment with just 6 cards, Magic is a game that has incredible strategic depth. I'm looking forward to sharing the full tournament results with you in the near future. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you soon.